Hello, this is Mojave Green, and on today's video, I'm going to show you how to make the player headquarters spawn in Grand Exchange 1 like it used to instead of already sent. Well, the first thing you do is you go to Steam, double click it, go to your library, go down to Export Foundations, right click, choose DLC, and you'll see the check marks next to the DLC. The one you want to take away is Kingdom End. Okay, then you close that and then you open your game. And when you start a new game, I'm going to start Young Gun. You will see that the player headquarters will spawn in Grand Exchange 1. Okay, now you go to Play Open Universe. And I'm going to start as the Young Gun.
Val Selton's log, Day 1. I'm excited to get underway with this new ship. I'm not entirely sure what I'll do yet. Trading, exploring, am I brave enough to face combat? Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be exciting. Here goes nothing.
Okay, you start the Young Gun. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the player headquarters mission.
Elite Vanguard.
So if you want to go ahead and do that directly, you might want to get a better docking computer. So what you can do is you can sell some of the stuff you have, like your satellites. Want to keep a nav beacon, and you want to keep a resource probe, and then you go to docking software and go to Mark II computer. Okay, you start with 10,000 credits. Now you're gonna have 24,860. Okay, let's undock. Now to get the player headquarters mission, you want to go to scan mode for local scan or short scan, and you go around equipment dock until you see the little sparkly things, and that'll be your mission. Well, there's a data leak. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the sparkler-like things. Okay, that sound you heard there is a criminal.
Civilian ship A.
If you lock onto him and kill him, you'll build a rep.
You fight like an art noob. Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
But you definitely got to try not to hit the station.
Pirate spotted.
No, don't!
Thank you.
And with the thank you, you'll notice he went up. Except to go to 6, it takes 2 kills from +5 to +6. So your next kill, you'll get to +6.
Civilian ship A.
We'll see if we can go for a second kill until you get it up to a +6.
Stop shooting!
Okay, the stuff you gather from shooting criminals is usually pretty good. It's not normally illegal goods, but it's good for other things you'll see later on in the game. Now, hopefully I should get a +6 out of that.
Thanks for your help.
And I did.
Please halt.
There it is.
We will be scanning.
That's what you're looking for. A sparkly looking thing.
Scan is clear. You're
You
free
can
to go.
get close to it.
I know. Clean as a whistle.
Says they shut up. Okay, you're going to want to get close to it and press F when it tells you to.
One moment, please.
So you press F.
That should do it. I had to disable my voice filter. I was beginning to think my messages were being intercepted by those split fellows. I'm a little disappointed that it was this easy. I don't suppose they sent you, did they? Oh, that would be quite devious.
Who are they?
What should I call them? I suppose captors is quite apt. Employers? They let me work on my own projects some days, you see.
Do you need help?
Ah, yes, you see, I'm in a spot of bother. I'm in the middle of some important scientific research, which I'm unable to pursue personally from my current location. I'm looking for an assistant to aid me.
Requesting permission to dock.
Okay, if you don't want to do the mission, you tell them, sorry, I can't help at the moment, but I want to do the mission, so I'm going to tell you.
I'll
What
send
do
the
you
test
need?
to your ship computer. This is rather exciting.
Okay, I want you to dock at the station, pick up the interface unit, fly to the scientific area, and achieve life's work.
Wonderful. I have managed to place the device on a nearby docking area. You should be getting the coordinates now.
Argon equipment dock. Docking granted.
Thus, the need for a Dock 2 computer. Mark II computer, excuse me.
Successfully docked.
welcome.
Okay, they apparently want us to go somewhere. Standard docking bay. They're gonna make us walk for it. It's usually right there. Oh, there it is.
Very good. I see you have found the device. This will allow me to monitor your activity and perform experiments remotely. Please keep it safe. Oh my! It seems your pulse is elevated. You must be very excited to take part in this expedition. I'm glad. So, shall we begin? I will attempt to direct you in the best way possible. Please be patient with me.
They want us to undock. So we'll shift D to get to our ship.
Elite Vanguard.
I don't expect you've spoken with too many Boron before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Boso Ta, and it is a pleasure. I do wish it were in person, but my current situation is quite precarious. You must be quite curious on what a lonely old Boron is trying to achieve. There are still so many mysteries and unanswered questions. Are spaceflies sentient? Where are the lost Boron systems? Is faster than light telepathy possible? It is our task to push the physics of this universe to the breaking point and see if it answers any of those questions. My current employers only seem happy when my research results in novel weapon modifications. Very curious people, those Split. I do hope they move me to a new tank soon. My tentacles grow weak. I do wonder how my homeworld is faring. It has been such a long time since we have had news of it. You appear to be getting close to where I detected an anomaly. Could you please try using the long-range scanner to search for an anomaly in this vicinity?
Okay, they want you to go to shift 3 and press the L key.
Aha!
Huh.
There it is. If reports are to be believed, these anomalies are tears which may lead to other areas of space, much like the jump gates. I suggest you mark the location of the anomaly on your map. So, how adventurous do you feel today? Thanks to my research, I do have a fair idea of where you may end up. Of course, the quickest way to confirm my theory is to put it into practice.
Fly into the anomaly.
Please halt. We will be scanning your inventory.
No thanks. Okay, they want us to drop a nav beacon. They want us to go into it.
Entering system. Grand Exchange.
And we are in Grand Exchange.
Can you hear me? It took a moment to realign the frequency. It is just as I thought. You have made it through the anomaly and emerged in a distant region. Your location is actually of great interest to me. Over the years, I have managed to pull sensor logs from passing ships to help further my work. I highlighted this as a prime location for my research, should I ever get the chance. While the previous anomaly is interesting, my findings point to something else here, which I expect will lead to a groundbreaking discovery. Allow me to guide you to a particular area.
Empty space.
Okay, we're going about 32 kilometers. Hang on too long. We'll go to travel drive. This ship's a real pig, so.
I am currently evaluating what equipment we will need to make the most of this location. Space here is wounded, with a scar in its fabric which seems to have healed multiple times. There is no record of any abnormal activity at these sites. To everyone else, this is simply an empty area of space. In my search for signals from long-lost boron, I have detected multiple scars in space which continue to spew a multitude of particles and radiation. In a bustling sector such as this, it would only be seen as background noise. However, some of the noise seems to have artificial form. We are going to tear this scar wide open and peer inside. Of course, the universe is a fickle thing. One miscalculation, and we may well destroy the whole system. Ha! Such stakes make this all the more exciting. Before we get started, allow me to reimburse you for your help so far. I do hope the Split don't mind me using their credit account to help fund our venture. Now, the experiment. You will first need to place a satellite around this area in order for us to better understand its nature and how best to provoke the anomaly. I suggest you also deploy a resource probe so that we can see how the anomaly has affected the local environment. You should be able to acquire these deployable items from stations which offer upgrades. I know of such a station near your location. I will add the information to your map.
Okay, I messed up. You are supposed to keep a satellite when you're selling that stuff. Okay, I went back to Black Hole Sun and I picked up a satellite, which I should have had in the beginning. I've got a satellite and a resource probe. One other thing I have is I picked up an apprentice service crew, which I'm going to use later on to grab an elite that is out at the end of this area here. It'll go past the border and you'll find an abandoned elite, which you're going to need later on. Okay, anyway, right now they want us to drop a satellite. Oh, we'll drop the satellite.
Ah, good work. I'm receiving a much clearer signal from the tear. Almost immediately, I can see that there are far more gravimetric shears here compared to any other anomaly ever documented. That indicates mass. But of what? This shows some similarities with a jump gate event horizon. But there is something else. Could it be a temporal distortion? Perhaps dimensional? Very interesting. Would you please deploy a resource probe in this specified area? I'm curious of this environment.
Okay, wants to drop a resource probe. How far away they want us to
Empty
go.
space.
Okay, drop the resource probe. So you have to keep a satellite, a navigation
You will
beacon, and a
now be able
resource.
to see the yields of the resources in the area, should you wish to extract them. As for our research, it seems that nearby objects are covered in exotic particles, possibly spewed from the anomaly. I hate to be a bother, but I have an idea on how to proceed. We will need a ship to be flown to a very precise location near the anomaly. If we fit the ship with the right equipment, we may be able to open the tear wider and have a better idea of what is on the other side. This will likely end up in the ship's destruction, so I will help cover the expenses of acquiring a new ship for the task.
And they want to have 3-time antimatter cells on board. So he added money to our account to buy the ship. But what we're going to do is we're going to go
I
find an
have
abandoned
calculated
ship.
that the ship will need to contain a small number of antimatter cells. The nearest station that has this ware available has been revealed for your convenience.
In Grand Exchange 3, it said they revealed it. And I don't see any on there. But apparently they'll lead us to it. But first, we're going to go get this ship. Oops, I didn't mark it. Now, this way we get to keep the $200,000 credits you just gave us. If you go right up this, past the border, you'll find an abandoned elite. We'll pick that up, then we'll have to go buy some antimatter cells. And there it is.
Elite Vanguard.
Okay, you gotta get in your spacesuit.
Elite Vanguard.
You want to turn your short range scanner on and look for the leak, which is right there. And the ship is ours.
Elite Vanguard.
Now we should have 2 elites. Let's see what this one has. Okay, it's got 6 satellites, advanced satellite, 3 nav beacons, 3 resource probes, Mark II docking computer, got a combat engine, and then you'll see the one we were in, what it has. Not much. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this one, and we'll send our spare guy after that one.
Docking granted. Elite Vanguard.
I'll go back to this one. And Val Sheldon It's no longer the guy. Okay, I went to the wrong one. Anyway, this was our old one. We're going to promote this guy to pilot. So now we have a ship with very little in it. It's got a Mark 1 pulse laser, Mark 1 of everything. Now we do want to sell the docking computer though. But for this video, I'm just going to go ahead and do our thing. So we need to go find. Okay, they want us to go here after we find the ship. Okay, we're going to have to go find antimatter cells. It said there were some in Grand Exchange 3. Okay, in the briefing, they tell us to go to Talati Antimatter Cell Factory 2 in Grand Exchange 3. Well, I searched most of the sector. I finally found an Antimatter Cell Factory 1, not a 2, but we're going to go to it and get our 3 cells. All right. Anyway, I'm going to head back to our spot that we're supposed to do this at. Okay, the ship is headed for the area.
Be sure that the ship is evacuated. It is far too early in this experiment for needless casualties.
So we're going to go to information.
Awaiting orders.
I want to get our person. Time to work somewhere else. My elite. There's the captain.
Very good. We seem to be ready for the initial test. I would advise that you clear the area as there are a number of unknowns.
Okay, they want us
Fly to
to,
the following position.
head over here so that we're out of the danger zone.
I have successfully interfaced with the ship. I am increasing the output of the power plant while reducing the shielding of the antimatter containers to see if that affects the anomaly.
Okay, there's the ship.
Wonderful. We are getting a reaction. The ship is beginning to show strain, but I will continue to push it further. Keep your distance. The tear is expanding. It's about to reach the ship. The antimatter will most likely detonate.
All right, there it is, our player headquarters.
What is this? Some large artificial structure. So this is what was on the other side of the tear. It does seem that our investigation has led to some potentially groundbreaking discovery. Now, my friend, this is where we must proceed with both haste and caution. While I admit, tearing free space-time with an antimatter explosion was far from restrained, we now have something in front of us of untold scientific value. We would be fools to continue carelessly. For the benefit of the universe, let us hurry and claim our prize before someone can beat us to it. I'll be damned if some passing Taladi junk dealer decides to break it down for spare parts, or worse yet, the Ministry of Finance Science Division. I will begin to interface with the structure remotely. Do you mind flying around it so I can make some additional readings? Let's start over here. These markings are not quite as alien as I would have expected from such an object. Could this be a top-secret installation? Oh my. I do hope we haven't hijacked some distant Terran station.
Okay, now I'm going to fly over here.
It does seem somewhat unfinished, and the materials it is constructed of are quite strange. Even the computer pathways I am navigating are unconventional.
Okay, now I want to fly over here.
I cannot yet ascertain the function of this asteroid-like mass in regards to the rest of the station. Given these readings, it may well be a power source. How interesting. Wonderful. You see, the station is now under our control. We have access to much of its systems, although some are so alien, I will need to take the time to investigate them further. There appear to be connection points for additional station modules, and they do seem to conform to our standards. If we wish to physically interface with the station without damaging it, I suggest constructing an area to land. Oh, it appears I must go. My split employers are approaching, and they do sound agitated. I will be in touch when I am able. As I have said, see if you are able to merge their technology with our own by building a dock. Take care, my friend.
Okay, you'll see that we now own the station. They want us to build a dock. And you'll see that we have a basic dock or 3-dock E-pier, but they want the basic dock built. And then we can land on it and set him up right now. It's our station. So that's how you get the station in Grand Exchange 1 instead of Heretic's End. Thank you for watching. If you got anything out of this, please click the like. Goodbye.